Earth has survived a conflict known as the Fall in 2563, and a metropolis called Salem is suspended in midair, floating above the world. Iron City, a city, is located below this. Salem is connected to Iron City's factory through a tube. Dr. Dyson Ito finds a female cyborg with a core heart and brain in a junkyard, but no body or limbs. Ito rebuilds the cyborg with a spare robotic body in his cyborg clinic with the help of a nursing aide. She has no memory of anything when she awakens. Since she didn't know her own name, Ito gave her the name, Alita. He discovers that Alita's original brain works well with the new cyborg body because she can manipulate her fingers. She liked orange fruit after trying it for the first time, demonstrating the effectiveness of her sensory taste. Ito's deceased daughter's name was revealed to be Alita, referred to as real Alita on wards. Since the actual Alita, Ito's late daughter, was wheelchair-bound, the robotic body was initially created for her. The real Alita was assassinated by a cyber thief who broke into Ito's clinic in search of pharmaceuticals before she could use it. Chirin, who is also the true Alita's mother, was Ito's companion. After the actual Alita passed away, Ito and Chirin split up. Chirin and Ito traveled to Iron City from Salem despite being predicted to do so. Chirin wants to return to Salem after her daughter dies. Chirin worked for Vector because he said he would return her to Salem. The Iron City Motorball competition is overseen by Vector. He has the permission from Salem scientist Nova to transfer people to Salem. The winner of Motorball competition gets to be sent up to Salem by Vector. Hugo, a young man with aspirations of relocating to the sky metropolis of Salem, is a friend of Alita's. He also demonstrates to her his desire to become a bounty hunter warrior, like Zapan, who is known for wielding a long sword. In Iron City, Hunter Warrior makes money by slaying criminals. Alita is also introduced by Hugo to the local motorball race. When Alita tries to join in, she stumbles and initially receives mockery. After a few attempts, her inherent competitiveness emerges, allowing her to outwit everyone and score a motorball goal. Alita pursues Ito one night and they come across 3 lethal cyborgs, at which point Alita learns that Ito is a hunter warrior. Alita tried to protect Ito after he was hurt and discovered that she is naturally skilled in a martial style known as Panzerkunst. While in battle, Alita experiences memories flashes of her previous existence on Mars. She was a warrior with the code 99 in the past. She uses her skill to kill 2 of the robots while seriously wounding the third, known as Griwishka, which fled underground. Griwishka vows to find Alita when she returns. Although Alita is a skilled fighter, Ito advises against becoming a hunter warrior. Once Vector and Chirin are aware of Alita's potential, Nova gives them the go-ahead to murder Alita. If Chirin completes the task successfully, Nova assures her that she will be able to return to Salem. Gruishka apparently works for Vector and Chirin. Hugo and his companions are instructed by Vector to attack cyborgs and collect their body parts in order to repair and upgrade Gruishka. As soon as Vector has earned enough credits from his dirty work, he will vow to send Hugo to Salem, important later. The following day, Alita was taken to a forest region outside of the city by Hugo and his buddies. They discovered an old, deserted spacecraft from the Fall era here. Alita brought back a cyborg body of a berserker fighter after entering the spaceship through an underwater door. Since he wants Alita to have a second opportunity at life without being a warrior, Ito declines to implant her into the body. After being let down, Alita rebels by declaring herself a hunter warrior. Alita and Hugo travel to the Kansas bar to ask fellow hunter warriors to help her take down Gruishka. Since Gruishka is not on the wanted list and there is no reward for his death, they decline to assist. Alita easily defeated Zapan in a fight while being humiliated as Zapan attempted to frighten and ridicule her. Then Alita challenges every other hunter warrior, starting a huge brawl within the bar. As an improved Gruishka charges into the pub and challenges Alita to a rematch, Ito arrives just in time to break up the fight. Alita's body gets hacked to pieces by Gruishka's bladed fingers despite her bravery and martial arts prowess until Ito and another hunter warrior force him to flee once more. Ito can do nothing else but put Alita in the berserker body, which instantly melds with her. Vector is aware that he cannot easily overcome Alita. He sets up a motorball competition in which each player must murder Alita in order to receive a sizable amount of credit. He also exhorts Hugo to enter Alita in the motorball contest. Hugo and Alita can both travel to Salem if Alita prevails. Alita's new body has given her more strength and flexibility. As requested by Hugo, she enters her name in a motorball tryout race. Ito learns that the other competitors are hunter warriors and other cyborgs Vector recruited to murder her. Zappin is preparing his retaliation against Hugo and Alita in the meantime. Hugo and his pal Tanji were caught stealing cyborg components by Zappin. Hugo is accused of murdering the cyborg they were using as a source of parts after Zappin murders Tanji. All hunter warriors are now seeking for Hugo because a bounty has been placed on his head. Hugo is attempting to flee Zappin while Alita is competing in the motorball race. Alita receives a call from Hugo instructing her to meet him at the deserted church. Following the elimination of the other competitors, Alita goes to the chapel to face Zappin and find out the truth about Hugo's work before Zappin injures him fatally. Chirin, who is at the chapel with the intention of murdering Alita, instead saves Hugo's life by having his head severed and feeding his brain Alita's blood. Zappin becomes enraged by this, but Alita seizes his Damascus blade sword and chops off his face. Ito replaces Hugo's head with a cyborg body. Additionally, he informs Alita that Vector made up Hugo's falsehood that Iron City residents may join Salem in exchange for 1,000,000 credits. In order to confront Vector, Alita charges through the factory. Chirin has been killed, and Vector announces that Salem will receive her body and organs. Only in this manner may residents of Iron City travel to Salem. In Vector's office, Alita fights Gruishka once again and kills him before stabbing Vector, who has been under the mental control of Salem scientist Nova. Nova made the error of underestimating Alita when she made a pledge to exact revenge on Hugo. Hugo left the facility in the interim and is now on the run. He makes an attempt to ascend a factory tunnel toward Salem using his new cybernetic form. Hugo hears Alita pleading for him to come back with her as a sizable spiky ring sent by Nova hurtles down the tube, tearing apart Hugo's body. Hugo's last remaining arm is successfully grasped by Alita, who then uses her sword to hold onto the tube. Before he can say goodbye, Hugo's elbow joints give out and snap, leaving Alita on the tube grasping the last of his arm. Although devastated, Alita is adamant that Hugo's memories live on. Alita is portrayed as the top athlete in the motorball competition in the film's concluding scene. She raises her blade towards Salem while the audience applauds her and Nova observes her from above.